I shudder to think. But I'm not so much discussing Halloween today. It just happens to be October 31st. I'm more discussing the objectivity in news. Now, we're going to compare Epoch Times. Well, it's technically Epoch Times, but EPOCH, we call it Epoch Times. Most people do. It's pretty objective. I would say it's very objective and probably the best newspaper out there. We're going to compare that story first with other ones. We'll pick. I'm between Al Jazeera and MSNBC. I'm not sure. We may do both, maybe just do one. But for the time being, I'm going to read Epoch Times, and you be the judge. And please put in the comments if you think that they're objective or not. And the second one I read, if you if you dare to say that MSNBC is objective, I might just fall over. But here we go. Epoch Times, alias Epoch Times, says the FBI prevented a potential terrorist attack over Halloween weekend and arrested multiple suspects in Michigan, FBI Director Kash Patel said on October 31st. The suspects, according to Patel, were allegedly plotting a violent attack. This morning, the FBI thwarted a potential terrorist attack and arrested multiple subjects in Michigan who were allegedly plotting a violent attack over Halloween weekend. More details to come, unquote, Patel said. All right. And then it picks up again, quote, thanks to the men and women of the FBI and law enforcement everywhere standing guard 24/7 and crushing our mission to defend the homeland, unquote. Okay. First of all, does anybody have any objection to Kash Patel, the head of the FBI, protecting the homeland? I think not. I mean, isn't that what he's supposed to do? Why does he have to be apologetic about it? Why does anybody have to be apologetic about making America great again or protecting America's soil or anything else like that? But for some reason, since the Biden administration, people go on an apology tour sometimes. I don't like that very much. Now, Patel didn't give a lot of details. Now, FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino shared Patel's post and said, quote, protect the homeland, unquote. Okay, so, I mean, I could go on and on, but essentially they're saying protect the homeland. They thwarted a plot. Instead of having a plot go and actually happen, like a 9/11 attack or something like that, they stopped it. So it'll probably not be a news story by next week, maybe even not by tomorrow. But be glad it's not a news story. Be glad it's not a long-lasting one that means they would have been successful, something horrible would have happened. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. And nor does a big story for long. But now, we're going to go to, let me see, Al Jazeera, yeah, they're talking about it, and very towards the end of the article, I noticed they're saying kind of maybe kind of sort of the word IS is involved. Like they had, for the sake of public credibility, they're pretty liberal. They're probably part. I wouldn't be surprised if they were affiliated with ISIS, and they got to at least mention the word, so they did. But far to the left of even Al Jazeera is MSNBC. So let's just see. I haven't read the whole article. I just took a glance at it, but I can already tell you, the presuppositions. You can predict what they're going to say a lot of times. So let's look at the headline. It says, frustration mounts inside FBI over thwarted potential terror plot. Well, frustration. There's no frustration. There's frustration. The FBI thwarted a plot. They solved it. We're moving on. There's no frustration. What are they talking about? Let's see. Senior officials believe FBI Director Kash Patel acted hastily in an attempt to grab credit. Give me a break. He foiled a plot, and now they're saying he acted hastily, and that he foiled a plot to stop potential terrorists from. They sound like a violin, like, oh, the poor terrorists, how dare you act hastily, and then on top of it, attempt to grab credit. You better believe he'll grab credit for it. If he does his job, grab credit for that. Instead of people under Biden's administration and prior administrations like running NASA. Remember Obama? He changed the mission of NASA to study global warming? Give me a break. If you do your job, if you're at NASA, your job is to go to the moon, you get there, you could claim credit for it. You went to the moon. You can't even claim credit for global, for climate change because is it global warming? Is it global cooling? What is it? I mean, come on. The wind is out today. I guess the climate change. It wasn't very windy shortly before I was going to do this video, but I guess this climate change. All right, they say change is good, though. We'll move on. Senior Justice Department and FBI officials expressed frustration Friday that the FBI Director Kash Patel publicly disclosed an investigation into what he called, quote, potential, unquote, Halloween weekend terrorist plot near Detroit, before investigators had a chance to flesh out key details, including whether the attack was actually imminent. Two people familiar with the matter told MSNBC. Let me tell you right now, if he wouldn't have acted and he would have waited and something would have happened, guess who would have been the first one to blame the FBI and Trump? MSNBC. They said, oh, they waited too long. What did they should have seen a clue, the handwriting on the wall. You can't win for losing. You do it too early, they blast you. You do it too late, they blast you. Oh, what if you just do it in between? They blast you. When are people going to stop believing MSNBC? The lamestream media. You know, their ratings have dropped in half. Literally in half. So has CNN's. They dropped in half. Can you understand why? A lot of people that were liberal or centrist, they were against Trump because all these emotional reasons. All these emotional reasons in MSNBC and CNN about how big bad Trump is, this and that. They're seeing it's working right now. They're seeing our country functional. They're seeing it work. So they're not really singing off the same song sheets anymore. So MSNBC is desperately grasping at straws, trying to find some problem, you know, with how Trump is running things or how Kash Patel is doing with the FBI, etc. So senior Justice Department and FBI officials expressed frustration Friday that FBI Director Kash Patel called potential Halloween weekend terrorist event, as we mentioned. And later on, Kash posted on X, this morning, the FBI thwarted a potential terrorist attack and arrested multiple subjects in Michigan who are allegedly plotting a violent attack over Halloween weekend. More details come, unquote. He's not sensational about it. He's just giving basic details, and that's okay. I mean, what's wrong with this? I mean, how could MSNBC find any problems with that? Justice officials registered concern that Patel appeared to have acted hastily. There you go again. I skipped that paragraph. Acted hastily. Let's jump to the paragraph. A group of young people, some of whom were minors. Oh, well, a terrorist can't be a minor now. They get radicalized on TikTok. It's on TikTok, and you're going along with terrorists. You could be a terrorist. If you walk like a terrorist, and you talk like a terrorist, and you set bombs like a terrorist, you're a terrorist. Oh, if you're 17 years old, you can't be a terrorist? I mean, they're faulting them now for bringing up the fact that they were terrorists. I mean, minors. Well, it admits here they've been engaging online with Islamic extremist content. They're saying it's alleged. Oh, for a minute there, I thought MSNBC told the truth. But the sources said the investigation was in its early stages with no criminal charges prepared and with no clear understanding of exactly what the suspects plan to do and when. Of course, you don't know everything right away. Eventually get their day in court and we find out more. They keep faulting Trump and Patel for things I mean, this is not a movie where it's done in 95 minutes. And they're faulting him for not giving more information. In the hours since Patel's tweet, the FBI has not revealed any further details of the case. Hey, look, well, I'll just stop reading. They're not going to give further details on a case to MSNBC. They should not go out of their way and say, I'm going to give an exclusive to MSNBC because you do such fine reporting and you're such wonderful Americans. We're going to tell you all the intricate details of this, but just keep it secret because we're in the middle of investigation. You think they'd keep it secret? I think they'd warn the terrorists. I don't know for sure. Maybe they wouldn't, but I wouldn't be surprised if they'd indirectly warn the terrorists, maybe directly. So that's enough of that story. I may be wrong, but I think MSNBC is biased. What do you think? Put it in the comments. I'm Jerry McLaughlin for Shattering Stereotypes. Thank you for watching. We'll talk to you when breaking news occurs again that's worth reporting. Have a great weekend. Bye.